Yeah. So we're back in the engine. We're back. We're going to go to the content browser. We're going to open lopen. Now, it did end with an error. It did end with an error that it couldn't find the world. So I'm hoping that it did find the level and that it's done the work and it was just complaining because I'd done something with the naming wrong or something. I don't know. We have our HLOD coloration on, so we can see that the Tree of Life has not been HLODed. We can see that the ship has not been HLODed. Good. I didn't want HLODs anyway, so that's fantastic. Boat. The clusters on the boat are really square. Pretty crazy how it changes even based on like the perspective that you look at it. Because those things are going to gradually take up more and less of your screen depending on the angle at which they subtend with the camera. Interesting. This is terrible. This is... Oh, it's not that bad, but it's not great, is it? This is showing us the clusters of triangle primitives that are being evaluated. You can see like the ship's got really square geometry and the clusters are very straight up. In fact, they don't even change. They just change color. So I wonder if nanite has been properly built on this thing. Wonder. That does make me wonder. Who needs LSD when you have this view in UE? Well, there's another one. There's the triangles view as well. The ship triangles don't seem to change, which worries me. It makes me think that it's so low poly a mesh that the engine doesn't even think it's worth optimizing anymore. Unlit was not the desired detail lighting. I think is the desired view. Detail lighting allows me to see the detail of the lighting, but it doesn't render anything. It's just the one light. It's pretty nice. Anyway, we got Ant Mountain. I think today we should persevere, and I think we should put the river running down Ant Mountain in. So my idea is that we'll have a little lake at the top of Ant Mountain that you'll be able to visit one day. Because there's a mountain actually inland in Costa Rica over there. Am I running at 4 FPS again? Just pay it no heed, kids. Pay it no heed. Pay pay it zero heed that my face basically isn't animated anymore. Maybe. It's just the way it's going to be. In fact, you know what? In times like this, we can't use Photoshop, I'm afraid. We do have to use Creep. You thought it was your VPN that was fucking... If anyone else there wants to sponsor me, if HP, Lenovo, Samsung, Microsoft, Dell, Alienware, if any of you want to supply me with Windows 10 1909 update PC, a second one with a GPU for video encoding, so that I can do half of the video on one PC and half of the video on the other PC. Is Alienware still around? Unfortunately, yes. I knew a guy who didn't buy Alienware. He bought the stock model laptops from the company that supply Alienware direct from China, and he got like 50% off every single one that he got. And it was an impressive laptop. Full keyboard, numpad, widescreen, HD, 1440p, ran Battlefield 4 flawlessly. Oh, I was impressed. Anyway, why did I open Creator again? Yes, I remember why. This is a blur tool. What am I going to do with that? That's way too thick. Then we get our fill tool. We select color. What color's my face? Like there. Do I have to open it here and then props? Add. Why do you insist on resetting my folders? Why isn't it transparent? Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. It's there. How do I delete this? Mouse wheel has changed size. Okay. Okay, good. We can free bleed do the thing. But it's not transparent. Hold on. Observing panic? Uh-oh. We'll do the river. We'll do the river, I promise. But first I have to make this transparent. I have failed as a person. Didn't we have some river pink-nosed rain sheep, neon nose? Flamingo.pung. Oh, I didn't save it as a goddamn piece of shit. As a goddamn piece of shit. That's right, kids. Delete. Deselect. File. Save. And now we have to re-add it, right? Because that's cached in the VC Face application as a... There is a outline all the way around. What? There's a line across my face now, I can see it. God damn it. I used bad words? Oh no. Oh, it's gone. Why did it gone? It's gone. Okay, whatever. Unreal Engine is frozen. There are no worlds left to burn. Get out. And this is the thing, you see, I thought it ran fine when we weren't doing terrain editing, but the terrain editing seems to... Yeah, that was fun. What a great interlude where I drove myself insane for like a good 5 minutes. So the mountain... So the mountain... What are we going to do about Ant Mountain, okay? Ant Mountain's a good size. But like, I feel like it needs to be bigger. You know what I mean? So like we have this hill, and then there needs to be like a rocky outcrop. It doesn't need to be too big. Granted, it doesn't need to be too big, and I may be losing sense of scale again. Hold on. Let me just gain a sense of scale again, please. How big are we? Because we just zip around in the editor like it's nothing. But Ant Mountain is huge. Ant Mountain is at least 4 times the size of a regular ant. You know? It is no small area. It's kind of small inside, but it's not small enough to complain about. That's what she said. It's very impressive. There's a sheer rock cliff. I just feel like... I don't know what I feel like. I feel like we can't see the fucking tree from here. So if Ant Mountain's a good size, do we want Ant Mountain at the back, and then we can have more Ant Mountain around here? We can put the lake, the top here. We can have some kind of a rocky complex behind. Maybe there can be a flying challenge there. Who knows? That's definitely the right layout, though, for the zone. And what's going to be down here? I think we can have maybe the majors down here on the beach, on this little sandbar. That could be fun. So I think the river comes out here or here. We'll put something in. So we go landscape mode. Are we going to spline layer? I don't know how we add a spline. I want to just add a spline, you know? Shift and click will add a spline. No? Control and click. My mistake. Details. Encoding error. No. Am I back? First? That's right. That's right. So that's the thing, right? The wall partition doesn't seem to load and unload the landscape or anything. Like, what am I doing wrong? It's actually kind of like a little bit really hard to. I seem to remember we had it so that the splines were see-through before. Let me just. UE5 spline landscape no glow. I still didn't turn on to save. It's fine. It's 100% fine. Are we good now? So apparently there's a tool, splines. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, kids. It's a little bit hard to see literally anything that's going on here. This is. A little bit. I'm glad you're finding the same difficulties I am. I couldn't find a way to turn the glow of the spline lads off. So we are stuck, I'm afraid. I can't even select him because he's inside the goddamn level. We're stuck looking at either the wireframe or the glowy underneath the glowy. What about a waterfall into the river? Did you ever think about having a waterfall in the game, Berlin? in Science Mountain? Science Mountain? Science Mountain? Like, because it could come over the top here instead of out the bottom. I guess we could have the waterfall inside as well. Too many variables to consider. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. We'll have the waterfall inside Out Mountain. That's a bigger ooh, isn't it? No waterfall on the outside, but you see a river coming out at the bottom, and then you go inside, and there's a cool little, and it plays the Fairy of the Spring music from Zelda. Sorry, it plays legally distinct Fairy of the Spring music from Zelda. Secret waterfall. What wouldn't be secret, will it? Because it's where you go to. It's where you go to look at all your trophies, right? We don't want this to raise terrain at all, but I don't think it's listening to us. I feel like it's raising terrain whether or not we want it to or not, which is a problem. You see that? How it just doesn't have a fall off. It just does what it wants. Where's the tree? It's very wide as well. Does it need to be this wide? Would it be better? Hold on. Consider. No, stop considering. It's the same tool basically. Never mind. I'm an idiot. So I was just thinking we could use the BP landscape tool to help us carve the river a little bit more naturally, a little bit more easily. But it's basically the same tool, right? Oh god. Oh sweet baby Jesus. What is oh god. Oh god. And I said I'd be confident giving a talk on how to start making video games in the Unreal Engine. What was I thinking? I'm just kidding, by the way, Twitch mods. You see, it still raises the terrain there. Like, even though we've selected raise terrain off, it's still raising the terrain. Oh god. Oh god. Let me just save now before it fucking turns into a puddle. I feel like I'm gonna have to do some of this landscape stuff off stream, which makes me sad, but if it has to, it has to, right? Oh, I can put it into the tree low, the H-lods that are completely fucked and do not work. Yes. I should put it into the Trilo as well because it's important to have H-lods in the game, otherwise the game will run like just absolute butt. That is a different Trilo. Toroidal world projections. Hey kids, you ever thought about doing a toroidal world projection? The new theme is just bigger. It's the same goddamn color. Can't say I have. combat layout beta. Static meshes with no instancing is the worst. Yes. Game work. Game work, game work. H-Lord. Flight controls. Yes, play controller, floor controls. Flight controls. Change cover. You get yourself a teal cover because you have been started and mostly completed. Zoolander reference. Please. Why would I leave something like that in my notes? I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's a basic river path, right? It's very basic. No, it is very basic. The most basic. Like basic 1.0, only basic 0.0. What? Now I feel like we're gonna have a problem with scaling again because like, how big is this river trench? Quite big. This river trench is quite large. Now forgive me for not threading the river through the tree. I know it's a sick idea, but I don't know, the river would have to be even like really small. That's not how rivers work. I guess we could have like an oxbow or a tributary going through it from a different water source. Show of hands. Tributary. Tributary. If you look at the water network system of a set of hills, if you look at the rivers and rivulets and tributaries going into one main river running off a mountainside or a hillside, you'll see it's fibrous. It looks like capillary extension or alveoli or lightning, but the other way around. So all of those other things, they stem from a large supply tube, right? The lightning bolt, the cloud, the charge, the main vein, the aorta, right? And then they get smaller and smaller. They branch out smaller and smaller, but rivers are the opposite way around. They start small and they group together gradually to make a big river. It was something that I don't think I'd ever taken the time to really notice until I had looked at, if we go to our cool asset archive, 2D, Antonia, height maps. If we have a look at the height maps of Costa Rica, that's a good one. So this is, you see what I mean? So there's a river here, and it spreads, and it goes the other way around. You know what I mean? It spreads out there, but it doesn't spread out. It starts here, right? So there's 3 here that join together. There's 2 there that join together, and there's another one there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the little runoff shoots there, and then these 2 join together, and there's 1 there, and there's 1 there. See what I mean? It looks like a lightning bolt, but it goes backwards. It looks like, you know, a 3-octave tiled noise texture with a gradient applied to it. And you'd think that this kind of, well, you can see it here as well. You can see all this real fibrous stuff, like it looks like a fern leaf, you know. And that's what they talk about when there's like when they talk about like what the universal, not the universal constant, but like the, you know, infinity fractals, yeah, infinity in a blade of grass, fractals. Looks like looking up from the bottom of a lake. Bunch of trees hanging over the side here. Oh wow. But like it's so simple, right? I mean, not maybe simple, but like you see it and you understand it intuitively, but it should be easy to use. Should be easy to use this kind of data to procedurally generate a realistic looking video game, but no one's done it yet. Everyone's just flailing around in the mud, making assets by hand, not abusing their godlike powers. I guess these days they're making assets by AI, but well, maybe AI can get it to us. Because I mean, human brains only run so fast. Maybe we can get ChatGPT to tell us what the exact formula for a universal fractal would be, and also the code to generate that. And then ChatGPT will be like, here you go, and then it'll be wrong. Just spitballing. Gets you halfway. Just gives you a Mandelbrot set. Which is fancy, but it's not quite the same. Anyway. Every day I worry that the Unreal Engine is going to crash that little bit harder. Where are we going with this? I think I can see it, but because it's all oh shit, I went to lit, didn't I? Because it's all wireframe, I can't tell where the water ends because it's like a 2 triangle quad. That's what I want. Water takes the path of least resistance. No. The fuck is wrong with my camera? I'm raging, kids. Not always, but normally, always. Not just normally, literally, actually, no, you were right the first time, Reno. It's just that if we were to brute force and work out the path of least resistance, it would take more computing power than we have available, really, realistically, to enact that. It's not a viable scheme for making a rendered area in a video game. You know what I mean? Like, we can evaluate that easily, but we have to evaluate it at so many thousands of points to get something that's passable. Like, it's not something that we do or want to do. What I'm saying is there should be a formulaic expression for the branching pattern that we can use to procedurally generate that without knowing where the path of least resistance is. Like, we could simply just Wall of water will go where it damn well pleases. Why? He's got us. He's got us. Does that look like a river to you kids? It looks like a river to me. I get the feeling that it's going to be too big in some places and too small in other places. The glow just disappears after a certain distance away from us. Why does it glow in the first place? Just we can put something here. Have a little from it. Really weird. Like, it's really weird. Like, milk with no lactose in it. It tastes like milk, but it tastes like also not like milk as well. There's something missing. Don't say it's the lactose. I know. Yeah. But you don't really think that those things taste strong enough to be perceptible, you know? Right. Same thing with like caffeine-free stuff. You wouldn't think that removing one chemical from a food would make it any, you know, even perceptibly, especially when it's like, you know, there's like what, 5% lactose in milk. That's nothing. 5%. 95% is just water and protein and calcium, you know, fat. 5% lactose in the cow milk, and you take it out and it's like it tastes slightly different. It is really weird. Kind of wish, I know this is going to be a stupid thing for me to say, and this is going to get me in a lot of trouble with a lot of people out there, but I kind of wish that if I was going to become gluten intolerant and have to eat a whole bunch of different foods, that it would have happened when I had COVID, so that my sense of smell and taste would have come back altered, so I wouldn't notice. I still wouldn't get rid of the awful texture of those gluten-free pancakes, though. Jesus Christ. We've got to work on a synthetic gluten replacement, kids. I'm sorry. I'm no longer am I a game dev. I'm a scientist now. We got to work on a gluten replacement. And everyone's like, you got to gluten replace. Everyone just uses the gluten-free stuff, and it's not. It tastes horrible. It's not gooey. It's not gooey enough. It's not satisfying to eat. And I'm angry. Anyway, I really wish it would stop rendering that. Let's just leave landscape mode, huh? Let's just go back to selection mode and see what we've done. It's pretty rough right now. There's some intense bends up here, but I think we can get this working. Yeah, you're right. There wouldn't be any rapids there if there wasn't anything to stop the rapids. So we're gonna have to consider creating like water tabling stuff to stop the rapids on the top of the hill there. You're right, Reno. Thank you for pointing that out. That's a very important thing to do. So we need to create some shelving and some terracing on the hill. We can probably do that with static mesh assets, but yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. It is a consideration though. Because obviously, if the water was just going to take the path of least resistance, it would just come straight down here. So there has to be a reason why it's got this bow to it. There has to be a reason. So let's just, for the moment, let's just get one of our rocks. Mega scans, 3D assets. This one. This one. This one. Let's get one of these. Because there's no point in making a game that's about science and half-assing it, you know. This is the wrong asset to use. You know? Things you don't realize you need to know to do water in art of any type. Oh, god damn. Takes me back to those, the photographs of those monks doing the one-legged squat. And they're like, whoa, that's physically impossible. They must be using magical chi. But they're actually just leaning forwards and the camera is tilted. Because there was a waterfall in the background and they were like, oh yeah. Oops. So I don't know, we'll just put a small rock formation up here. Nothing fancy. Just something so that we're reminded that there needs to be a physical lad to stop that wowder. But this could be the origin of our tributary. You know, this could be where the river, because it stops really fucking fast, doesn't it? One of these maybe. I like how we can just scale these up and they look okay. Praise the Megascans assets. But that could give us an extra. That could give us a second stream somehow, somewhere. To branch off and then branch back, I don't know. It's possible. Like a small branch, because in the Antonia art, right, the river goes through. The river where does it go through? It goes through here, and then it comes out here. I think one of the art assets that I would like in the game is a global rock shader. We need a checklist. We need shader properties. So we need underwater, wet, but not underwater. Where polished. That's not how you spell lichen. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me just go watch Twilight real quick. I'll be back in an hour. Oh. I don't know if we'll be able to do this, but it would be nice because then we can have a nice, you know what I mean? A nice big shader that we don't need to. It's one shader for all the rock because it's all going to be granite. Gravy. You know what I mean? And it'd be nice to have, you know, different wear states for each lad, each object. We need a slot for each mesh normal map. Per item random tinting. One shader to rule them all. It just makes sense. So I don't mind having a different normal map for each rock. But having a different texture as well as a different normal map, it bumps up the video memory requirements for the game, which is not good. And I know we worry about performance only when performance is a problem, but we're not going to make this right now, obviously. It's just something nice to have. But it would bring a sense of kind of unification to the assets, I think. You know what I'm saying? It would tie all of the rock in the game together. And I think that would be nice. So it would be it's both a performance consideration and a looks consideration. Fought and saved. Please save. You saw one crazy bastard who made a single universal shader for that project? It's possible. Houston, we have a problem. The world is actually a simulation. Yeah, this is a deep gorge. These are huge rocks, which I guess is nice. They don't have any collision. They don't have any collision, friends. Oops. I guess it's nice that it's big because you're an ant and you're not meant to feel small. But I wonder if this is too big. I wonder if this is genuinely, like, too big. And then again, it's not that wide. You know, it is just deep, I think. That sprint is barely noticeable, isn't it? Hard to judge with that little overall context, I know. That's the problem I'm having. Like, can I walk all the way across? Because I've shown you photographs of the river near me that I have to cross to go to the doctors every time I go to the doctors. Well, you cannot get out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And it's wider than this. It's not deep as this, though. It's nowhere near as deep as this. But then again, having it deep gives us a chance to have a nice thick river mesh going on. How deep is the average river? What is the depth of a river? What is river depth? River depth is how deep the river is. Depth changes across a river channel due to material on the riverbed. Therefore, it is useful to calculate the mean depth. What? Where's the deepest river? Congo River, Zaire. The world's deepest recorded river with measured depths of around 219.5 meters, 720 feet. Jesus Christ. What's the deepest river in the UK? River Thames is the deepest river in the UK. How deep is the river? How deep is the River Thames? 20 meters. Deep. That's deep. Not as deep as the Congo, but Jesus. So this is actually quite shallow for a river. This is only like, what, 4 meters deep? Well, blow me down. So, okay, it's not too deep and it's not too wide. Why does it look so weird then? I guess because there's no water in it. Apparently the one where you grew up is barely a meter deep. Oh yeah, I should have a look at the local boy. The local boy has not been measured. Here we go. Oh. Current river level, 72 centimeters. Oh, for God's sake. You know what? Yeah, so the one where I grew up is also barely a meter deep. He's sending links in chat. Draw TripAdvisor, yeah, sure. Yeah, looks standard. Nice river. No, it's just only 0.9 meters. So there's potential to have this river a little bit less deep. And a little bit wider maybe in some points. But not realistically massively wider in most points except for maybe the estuary. You all remember what an estuary is, right? They move boats around there. Whoa. Huh. Huh. That's really interesting, you know, kids. Hydraulic jump. I've learned something today. Pockets where it goes down 4 to 6 meters in depth. What? You should have a good down current inside those. That's where a lot of people die. Happens around here too. I say around here. Miles away from where I live, but in the same general area. So let's widen the estuary out a little bit. Hello. Can I grab him? I can't grab him because I'm not in landscape mode, that's why. Hello? You want me to show you were afraid of that movement? I had a friend who walked through the row once. He was very drunk. And he turned back up at... was he at a party or was he at someone's house? And he was just completely wet. Just completely wet. USB device. Yeah. I didn't plug any USB devices, Tally. Every single USB device on my PC just fucking turned off and turned back on again. 45 unsaved. Get the fuck out. I think it's the Unreal Engine doing this to me, man. I think the Unreal Engine is driving both me and my PC crazy. You laugh now, Reno. Just wait until you become a game dev. Then we'll see who's laughing. I'm laughing because it's saving 45 assets and I'm trying to edit something and the engine just will not continue unless everything is saved because it's running out of goddamn memory. Is it running out of goddamn memory? You laugh because technology does this kind of stuff to you constantly. God damn. God damn. Hope you're all excited for Cuppa though. Cuppa. Cuppa, come in. Who's driving car? Who's driving car? I hope it's full speed today. I don't know what it was yesterday, obviously. Because there was no server. If you fall in the current, it's strong enough to drag you down so you get stuck in the soft riverbed. Stuff like that you were brought up with, yeah. Yep. I mean, that kind of stuff does happen, though. That's why the rivers are dangerous. Because they're particularly deep. Because they have a strong down current in some places. They just get you Probably not stuck in the soft riverbed, but stuck underneath a strong down current. Which is potentially worse because there's not even a physical thing holding you down, just some water. Like, you can just drink water. Just instead of drowning, why don't you just drink the entire river? That'll solve it. I think I could. Do you know what? I think I could. If I was drowning, instead of drowning, I think I could just drink the entire body of water I was drowning in. I mean, there's not that much water on Earth. It's just the surface. And it's not even a lot. A couple of gallons. 3 pints, maybe. True fact. Claire isn't here, is she? You was never told that you can stand in it without getting your shirt wet. If you drink the river fast enough, I mean, the water won't have time. This titty's... 95% covered in old bikes. Yeah. Have we saved? You good? You haven't saved. I can see it in the bottom right hand corner. Look. Look. We've gone from 45 unsaved to 45 unsaved. Fuck you, Unreal. Ever I have to deal with you again, I swear to God. Okay, 25,000 was a little bit too much. Let's just try 20,000. Punch babies, but metaphorically only. Are we baby raging right now? I'm baby raging right now. End fall off. 30,000. Oh, it's doing that thing again. It's doing that stupid thing again where it does that thing. You see that? That little... Oh, no matter how big I make it, it's going to do that stupid thing. Going back to 10,000. Is it because it's already on a decline? Anytime someone finds a bike that's been abandoned, a rich short pedestrian bridge begins. True Viking funeral for abandoned bikes. Side fall off 8,000, but the right side fall off factor is 0.1. The left side fall off factor vector is 0.1. 0.01. Oh, I learned all about how rivers do at school in geography, in GCSE geography. You get your undercut and you get your swathe, your swarthy swathe, the schwingles. Just yeeted them straight down. Side fall off. 2000. But the right side fall off is not normal. The green is still in detail lighting. Okay, lighting only. No reflections. They are present in reflections. You kidding me? Visibility collision. Aha, got him. Can I... Sorry, can I just... Where is the sea? That is not the sea. That is not the sea. Huh? Good. Like a depth charge scene in the movies. I get the feeling it is that plane. It's the only plane in existence. Tall bike jousting back in the day. I don't dare even ask. I'm gonna eat chicken for dinner today. I'm gonna eat so much chicken. Oh no. That's the wrong one. Yeah, I was looking for this one, sorry. Jesus. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Giving a little bit of a angle to it. Go back to selection mode. We save. A few brief moments of intense concentration there. Sorry. Sometimes you just gotta ribene it. What? Uber plus Eurostar? Delivery update on my package. Oh yeah. What? No, sorry. What? I decided that I wasn't a good enough electrical engineer. Oh my god. I decided I wasn't a good enough electrical engineer to design my own power brick for guitar pedals, and none of the guitar pedals on the market suit my needs. So I spent like 3 hours watching videos on how to design a power supply. Most of them were just like, "Are you gonna get your switch more power supply? Gotta get your linear power supply." But then a guy was just like, so I bought this power supply on AliExpress. And I was just like, yeah. And then it hit me. I could just excuse me. Excuse me. I just go to AliExpress or whatever reputable Far Eastern vendor I wanted to. Not sponsored. And I could find a power supply, a switch mode power supply that just has the voltage and power rating that I want. And I found one. 200 watt, 12 volt out, 120 volt to 240 volt AC in power supply. It's for driving LED driver boards. And all I really need to do is add a bit of filtering to the output and then put some linear power rectifiers on the output. It has 200 watts. That's enough of output rail. It has a 200 watt 12 volt output rail, and that's good enough for me. All I need to do is put in a box, attach as many linear power supply boys ICs that I have. I have 10 9 volt 1 amp power supply boys, but I would like some 9 volt 2 amp ones because the Digitech Whammy 5 requires a 2 amp power supply for some fucking strange reason. But anyway, that was my story, and it's just been updated. It's in the sorting office in Fengguang. I'm assuming that's China. Anyway, yeah, so it's a little aluminium shrouded. Oh no. Ant Mountain and those lads have rendered. Speaking of which, where is the USS Ferenginar? Do they just keep rendering forever? It's that's over here, isn't it? So I was kind of hoping that Unreal Engine would do the heavy lifting for distant rendering objects for me, like with HLODs, even LODs, just regular LODs, and maybe even, you know, a pinch of nanite sprinkled on top. I don't know why they're still rendering. If the Tree of Life has stopped rendering, those lads, that rock that I put to stop the stream, still rendering. Tree of Life is gone. Tree of Life is back. I'm so confused. We're gonna have to look into that because they are, what do you call them? They are landmarks, and they'll be useful for finding your way in the world once you're in the game. Because you can look at the horizon wherever you are, and you can be like, there's the top of the Tree of Life, we go over there. Oh, there's Ant Mountain, we go over there. Power flickered, now your Wi-Fi is messed up? Oh, no. If it makes you feel any better, my Wi-Fi has been messed up for the last couple of days. The Netflix puck seems to connect and disconnect at will. And, it's not great. Anyway, this Tree of Life right here. We got the river cutting past the Tree of Life. That's a little bit rough edge there, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. I get the feeling that most of the processing power is taken up with the thingy. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna update the landscape to have that the automatically generated procedural grid landscape that you see in the open world demo. Let me do that real quick because that shouldn't take 5 minutes. Although it's probably gonna take far longer than 5 minutes. Landscape brushes, no. Landscape material. Not procedural grid. We type in grid. Level grip material. mproc grid. Here we go. Open world template landscape material. Material. Why is that blue? Oh, it's visibility collision. Landscape spline actor, landscape spline actor. We can rename these. This is LSA and mountain. And this is LSA and river. See, none of the proxies have received the landscape material command to update that landscape material. But we've selected all the proxies now, so we should just be able to go here and $259 unsaved. Whoa. It just has a little bit more texture in the coloring of the floor. The engine's locked up again. Fantastical. I have received an email. Engine is having a real hard time enjoying this. See how much you can get an Uber on the Eurostar for. Train, coach, car rental, and Eurostar booking gets you 10% back in credit. So if I go to my Uber app, Skip, Foxy. Package. Nope. There is no Eurostar booking. Travel by train and the coach. Travel by train and the coach. Travel by... Oh, it's updated. It's updated. Everybody. Save. Save. Where from? Let's see my options for a Uber star. No routes found. Fuck you. Thanks, Uber. Piece of shit. You think you can take me to France? Ah. No, I will go the way to France the way I've always gone to France. In fact, I will go to France the way I've never gone to France before in my life, which is flying. Trains take a long time to get to France, and buses take an even longer time to get Flixbus. Let me tell you, Tally, okay? Do you know how long it takes for a bus to get from my house to Paris, France? Okay? It's a long time. It's like 8 hours. I don't want to be on a bus for 8 hours. I'm old enough now to know that spending £30 on a coach to Paris, if that's what it costs, is not worth it. I would rather spend £300 on an airport. It's just I can't do it anymore. I'm not a baby. More than 65 hours. Let me get my bicycle. I live a lot closer to France than you do, though, Tally. I could probably sneak onto the Eurostar with a bicycle. I don't think I could cycle across the channel. Put some perk. Oh, no. I need a convertible bicycle pedalo hybrid. Yes. I just keep cycling, right? I just keep going. I hit the water, I just fall down the fins and fucking that's the dream. Little fin on the back. And then the flotation tanks double up as extra cargo space. I can deal with it. Just need to cross the water. You need to cross 5 countries. Ah, yeah, but you can cross those 5 countries without ever getting ID checked. I get ID checked every single border now. Fucking you, government, you piece of shit. Piece of shit government. Don't ever ask the public for their opinion. The public are idiots. They don't know what they want. I include myself in that as well. Jesus. If you need to ask all of us what we want to do with the country and then decide that it's on us if it's a bad idea, that's not good governance. That's stupid. There's a reason that everyone in the country isn't in politics. My opinion. Like, we were warned. We were warned by literally everybody that leaving the EU was the worst decision we could have made for our financial future. Everybody, the banks were like, this is a stupid idea. EU was just like, are you sure you founded the EU? That's kind of silly. You make you come, now you get salty and you just fucking rage quit. It's only kind of some free travel arrangement with countries in the same continent. True, yeah, if only there was some kind of free travel arrangement with countries in the same continent. If only I could just go to the countries that I neighbor with for free for my holidays for up to 90 days. Wouldn't that be a joyous... Oh, where... Now I gotta have a passport. And they're gonna grill me with questions like, where you gonna stay? Who you seeing? You can go to Canada, no thanks. What's wrong with Canada? Geese, more like yeesh. Hey Fizzbuzz. Have you come here to touch wall? I just think Also, you need a photo ID. You need a photo ID to vote in my country now. They actually pushed that law forward. Some people can't afford a photo ID. We are the proto Twitter. We have to pay to vote now. Do you know how much a fucking photo ID costs? Granted, it's not a lot, but some people can't afford it. I have a job. I can afford it. I have a job. I can afford the bare essentials of my existence. Internet connection. Food on the weekdays. At least you don't have the issue of falling asleep on the train and getting off of the wrong country. 50. Yeah. 40, 50 pounds to renew your driver's license. Get a provisional. Last time I checked, it was 70, 80 to get a passport. It might be over 100 if you've lost your original passport. But this is like 10 years old knowledge now. Because the ID lasts for 10 years, whatever. 5 year, 10 year. 10 year? 5 year? I need to either find my passport or get a new passport. If any of you in chat have seen my passport, can I have it back, please? I have literally no idea where I put it. You'll know it's mine because it's got bite marks in it. I was holding it in my mouth and I was going to drop it, so I bit down a little bit too hard on it. It's now got 8 little dots. 4 in the front, 4 in the back. And of course my face, my name, my signature, my date of birth, my country of origin, my cool visas to go to Japan and China. But yeah, some people won't be able to afford a photo ID. Although, hang on. Ask the spider. Hey! I haven't seen him for weeks. He's gone to Costa Rica. He's gone for a cheeky holiday. I did see, if I go to the train line, and I go and I find myself a train ticket, and I get a flexi season pass, and I find the prices for a flexi season pass, and I go to monthly, because this one requires an ID, and I select the one, the monthly, and then we go collect from station. Don't have a photo card. Request one for free. Request one for free. support.thetrainline.com/en/support/solutions. I think. Goddamn, the pound is expensive. Dollar's about the average. Are you sure you're looking at the right pound? Are you sure you're not looking at the Turkish lira? Are you sure you're not looking at the Swedish krona? How can I get a photo card? Before buying a season ticket, you need to make sure you have a photo card to use as ID. If you don't have one, you can request one from us by filing the form attached to this article. Please note that we only issue adult photo cards. Alternatively, pop into your local train station ticket office a passport-sized photo card, approximately 35 by 45 millimeters, and they'll make you one. Where required, your photo card number must be on your season ticket. For the season ticket to be valid, you must show both your season ticket and photo card with matching numbers. Request by rail staff. Fail to provide a photo card with your season ticket, requested staff may be charged with daily ticket and penalty fare. New photo card. This is not ID. This is not ID. This is an extra step of private bureaucracy added to the train line because they don't trust people to hold on to a season ticket themselves. The request is free. You still have to pay for the ID. He's a funny man. He's a funny man. Pound is 13 krona, usually around 8 if you're not mistaken. What did we do? What did you do to devalue the krona so hard? The pound is like absolute garbage right now. GBP exchange rate. Yeah, €1.14. That's terrible. Why is GBP getting strong? Was higher in the wake of UK CPI inflation that beat expectations in February and raised prospects for the bank's interest rate rises. Oh. The GBP isn't getting bigger because of a good reason. Why is GBP losing value? Lack of faith the investors have in the British economy. Which one of these was more recent? This doesn't even have a date. Ooh! Dollar is 10 krona. That is this week. 161? Dude, $1.22. No way. No way. I'm happy, but what am I going to do with this information? Without free access to transport to these countries, their financials are useless to me. 161 yens. I would advise people buying yens right now. 161. That's a great price for yen. And then, yeah, just sell your yens when it goes back down again. Easy Forex. Oh, shit. Can I just buy some yen right now? Like my trading platform doesn't allow you to just buy currency, which sucks in my opinion. But I wonder if it's to protect people from doing illegal stuff that they don't know they're doing, or to protect themselves from people doing illegal stuff that they know they're doing but want to conceal by using an app to do it. We'll never know. But you know, people trade Forex, right? Money itself is an investment, right? At least you no longer have to deal with the outer EU import tax. Yes, we do. We have to deal with bigger taxes, Tally, because the countries that we import things from outside the EU want to charge more tax to get it to our country. Because we're not in the EU anymore, we're not a viable trade partner. We have to arrange a new trade contract with every single individual country we had a trade contract with the EU with. Japan, China, America, Korea, Russia, Lithuania. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Rip us. No longer have to deal with that sick 20% VAT. Yeah, it's now 40% because they want VAT as well. And they have levies and duties. I haven't imported anything in like a decade anyway, but that's because I have been poor. Poor manner. That's a lie actually. I bought that Blu-ray, didn't I? Which I still haven't watched. France doesn't fuck you over out of principle, you'd be disappointed. Yeah, I will also be disappointed. Like, this is your chance, France, for ultimate revenge. All those decades, centuries of memes. Now you can be like, haha. It has taken almost 15 minutes to get to 69% saved. I just want to see the cool land material, dude, that I put down, dude. I just want to see it. Look. I gotta start playing the video games soon, Unreal. If you don't finish fucking saving, I'm in big trouble. Right after Brexit, shit ton of stuff FIFA wanted to get is always only available in England. What do you want, Tally? I'm sure we can sort you out some drop shipping. You want some £700 cardigan from Harvey Nichols? Sort you out. I'll just go down to the local Harvey Nichols. You want some Balenciaga boots? Pretty sure you can get those outside of England. It's Balenciaga, for Christ's sake. It's an Italian company, right? It's a French company, right? I gotta look it up. It's gonna be a weird country. Swedish customs really hate outer EU packages. It's only because they're usually filled with like weapons, right? Weapons and drugs and weapons. Make the wind stop. Stop, wind! Stop it! Right now! It's not messing with his Wi-Fi. Mess with my Wi-Fi if you want. Because I don't use Wi-Fi. I want to know now. And I want the Balenciaga. Why did Balenciaga Pope go viral? Well. Spanish. They added the Wish tax a few years ago. People shopping on Wish. Because all the custom subs had to double their manpower and facilities overnight. Cristobal Balenciaga opened his first boutique in San Sebastian, Spain in 1919. The Spanish royal family and the aristocracy wore his designs. When the Spanish Civil War forced him to close his stores, Balenciaga moved to Paris. Balenciaga opened his Paris couture house on Avenue George V in August 1937. Oops. Oops. Oh, I see. So it started out as one guy, one tailor, doing high-end stuff. Historians believe that Balenciaga's continued activity during the Nazi occupation of Paris made it possibly by Balenciaga's connections with Spanish dictator General Francisco Franco. Oh god. Who was Adolf Hitler's close ally. Oh god. Relations to Franco was so close in fact that Balenciaga designed clothing for the Franco family. Oh god. Company was one of only 60 companies allowed to operate during the occupation. The outgoing supply of raw materials from Spain, which was short supply in Paris during the time of the year, gave Balenciaga a competitive advantage. However, Balenciaga testified that he refused Hitler's request to transfer his company's activities to Berlin. Alright. I mean, you do what you do, right? I mean, it's an intense wartime. It's still saving. Jesus. But they got bought by Kering. Oh, they own Balenciaga, Bottega, Gucci, Alexander McQueen, and Yves Saint Laurent. I see. So it's an umbrella corpo, lad. And Mr. Balenciaga has not done any design since '68. I'm assuming for one reason or another. The timber trading company Pinot SA. Huh. It used to be a timber company. That's really weird. Puma? No. It's always fun looking what companies did during the war. It's like a reverse blank spot in their CV. I actually have a thing from a thing. Bicycle manufacturer in German city. Can't remember the name. But they still make bikes to this day, apparently. During the war, they did not make bicycles. Yikes. But they put their logo on all the stuff that they made, which I think is funny. Can you imagine getting like you go to war, right? You're American GI, you go to war, and like you've got a it's such a big war that you have every manufacturing plant shut down whatever they were making, and they start making war stuff, right? And like you get your service rifle, and it has like a Chevy logo on the side. You get your bayonet, and it says Ford logo just on it. Can you imagine that? That's crazy. That wouldn't happen. Also, it has taken 20 minutes to get to 81% saved. Unreal Engine, please. I have a life to live. Drives shitty Saab 900. You get your combat boots and they're Saab brand. Fly Saab vegan. Do you ever wonder sometimes? Do you ever look at yourself and wonder if you're losing weight or gaining weight? Can you not tell sometimes? Like, you look at yourself and you're like, well, could be losing weight. And then you step on the scale and you're like, I don't know, could be gaining weight. And then you look at yourself again and you're like, maybe it's the exact same as yesterday. Yes. Yeah. Every damn day. Good. I'm glad it's not just me. We're at 85% saved. Do we need to record all this? Like, I feel like I could pause the recording, but I don't want to touch the goddamn controls, because the second I do, it's gonna go, NVIDIA NVENC overloaded, bro. Sorry, bro. Nothing more I can do for you. And it's just gonna cut me off. I know it is. I can feel it. On a positive note, okay, so I had tortellini last night. I am in fact a different entity to Irish John Games. I know it's hard to believe, but I had tortellini last night, and gluten-free tortellini does not have any kind of semblance of structural integrity. Also, 3 large cloves of garlic is far too much garlic to put on tortellini after you've cooked it for one person. My word, all I could taste was garlic, which is great. But yeah, it was a tortellini flavored blob by the end of cooking. If I cooked it for too long, if I didn't cook it hot enough, I tried to kind of like dehydrate it a little bit, but it didn't work. It didn't taste bad, but it was off-putting to eat. But on a positive note, did I say that on a positive note? Sorry, the positive note is the fact that the gluten-free bagels that I got are banging. They are, pound for pound, the best recreation of a gluten product I've ever had. Fucking love bagels as well, so that's a win. I can eat those all day. You know what? I might have one. No such thing as too much garlic. I mean, no, but yeah. I want to take this knife apart. Can you hear that? I want to clean it, because that's not a good sound for a knife to make. But I don't have a screwdriver small enough to take the screw out. It's really annoying. I can take the pivot screw out, I think. but the other one. I'm pretty sure. Also, where are my screwdrivers? I was looking at them the other day. Where? Oh, there they are. Pretty sure I don't have anything small enough to go in this hole. That's what she said. Yep, that's too big. And that is the smallest one that I have. I've got a tiny flathead, but I don't want to mangle the screw. That might work. No glasses screwdriver? Well, Reno, I don't often work on glasses, so unfortunately. That is not gonna work. I take back everything I said. I need a flathead one size bigger than that. But potentially one size smaller than the next size I have up. This is a 2mm. An S2 2.0. And that is just a bit too wide to breach the gap between the T's. So I think it's a T3 at the back. Oh, this is a T8. This is massive. Yeah, the pivot screw is a T8. How about the tip of another knife? Listen, Reno, I have now decided that you are never borrowing a knife off me, ever. I do have one. There's a T7 right here. Hold on. No, that's too big. So it looks like it's a T5 or a T6. And I did have a T5 or a T6 driver a long time ago, but I have lost them. They have been cast into the ether. Unfortunately for me. Ugh. Ugh. I keep looking at that that really sleek. There's a really sleek screwdriver kit on AliExpress. It's like matte gray and it's got a whole bunch of cool bits with it. I keep looking at it thinking I should buy it, but I have so many screwdrivers, and then times like this where I'm like, well, no, I need a specific screwdriver head now, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have one. Also, I need a game bit driver for reasons. It's just not a good sound for a knife to make, is it? Sorry. You get one of these. Irish John Games, thank you for the 6-month resub. Hold on. Let me break my PC by opening a pack on stream. It's a bit of a get tools from proper brands, for fuck's sake. Listen, Tally, okay. When I buy a belt sander, when I buy a linishing machine or a drill press, an angle grinder, a mill, a lathe, something with any kind of decent mechanical precision, I will. But it's a fucking screwdriver. I'm not buying the Linus screwdriver just for the meme. It's expensive, and my camera has crashed. Congratulations, everybody. The camera has crashed. I will simply talk you through the cards that I've opened. That's right, Mr. Irish John Games. I mean, I can't blame you for this, but I mean, you are here. You did sub. I did turn the camera on because of you. No, I'm just kidding. The camera is brick though. Look, my hand's under it. You can't see that. Is there a way that I can get it to unbrick? No. I have to stop the stream and restart my PC for that to happen. I'm trying to think, like there could be a backup way to get the camera going. I could get, right, hear me out. I could stream my phone to YouTube, and then I could load the YouTube page up on, no, it's we got a fighting energy, so that's, you can hear it there. Using Bozo's Bucks on Mana, thank you. Oh, it's a Prime sub as well. You know what happens with Prime subs, Mr. John. Pre-discussed. Pre-discussed. We get a Fraxure, which I have never seen in my entire life before. It's a dragon. It evolves from Axure. Good. Sharp Fang, Dragon Claw. Good. These have been cut very poorly. Wizards, did you change the dies? I told you. Your dies are getting blunt. You need to change your cutting dies, or at least sharpen them. We get a Dusclops. And those fade to black. Opponent active Pokemon is now confused. Ooh. We can go to Starmie. Psychic, not water. Psychic and Power Gem. Excellent. We got a Farfetch'd. Oh, it's got really nice art, and I can't show you. Poop. It's like a crayon drawing. He's outlined in green. He's running from right to left, holding his slapping onion. We got an Execute. Dude, is that the classic Execute art from the fucking fossil set redrawn? No way. They're all sat like in a little circle. Got a Grimer. 80 HP, poison gas. Keep them sharp. Keep them sharp, wizards. Got a Sneasel. I feel like I've got this Sneasel already. We got a Bidoof. Perfect draw. Rollout. 30. We got a Reverse Hollow. Pot Helmet. If the Pokemon this card is attached to doesn't have a rule box, takes 30 less damage from attacks to the opponent's control. What? After applying weakness and resistance. Pokemon V, Pokemon GX, etc. have rule boxes. Okay. And our rare card is a Tornadus, Sudden Cyclone. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may have your opponent switch the active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. Blasting Wind, 100 damage. Thank you again, Irish Young Games, for the 1 month Prime sub. Welcome. We were just trying to do some landscape stuff, but Unreal decided that it wanted to save 259 landscape mesh proxies, and so we've just been waiting for that to happen so that we can preview the landscape, but we're fast running out of time before I have to do my warm-up for Cup of the Day, and it's going to end up with me rushing basically to the start line for the daily compo, which is going to suck. How are you doing anyway? You stopping by? How are you doing? How rude of me. Hope you're well. Hope your tortellini went down nicely. We were just talking about that. Oh, it's saved! Don't you even dare, Unreal. Oh, can you see this? Can you see the nerve of the lad? Trying to do mesh cards. Take a deep breath. It's fine. It's doing it fairly quickly. All I wanted was there to be a proper material. So that we could have a nice preview of the landscape rather than a janky preview of the landscape. That's all I wanted. No! There are words that I can use in times like this. Camera's still bricked. There are words that I can say in times like this, but I just, you know what? You know what? Welcome back, Reno. I'm back as well. Thought it was just you. No, Reno, never. Never just you. I'll give you fair warning when I end my streams. There we go. We got a beautiful riverbed. Mostly beautiful riverbed. It's quite deep at some points. But hey, that'll do for now. For now. Oh, it won't do. The hell is this? What is this? This is going to cause an overspill issue with the water. I can feel it. Okay, so that's something we've got to edit. And then there's the inside of the beast, the belly. You never give a warning when you start your streams. Yeah, we got 12 minutes before Cup of the Day actually begins. This worries me. So we have to do something about that. And you don't have to hold W to go forwards while you're flying. I don't know why I do. I think it's from Anthem. You get like a 5% speed boost if you do that. Or at least you perpetuate the myth of going forwards. Yeah, some of these outer banks are a little bit skooky and might need some finagling. It looks like. But most of the inner banks are great, if not a little bit tall. But we'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge. So, thank you very much for coming to watch the dev segment of the stream. If you can watch the dev segment of the stream. I will see you momentarily with Rink for the Trackmania segment of the stream. And then after the Trackmania segment of the stream, we have a very special segment of the stream. Which I will announce after the Trackmania segment of the stream, of course. So yeah, I will see you in a moment with Rink.